Hello YouTube. I wanted to make as short of a video as possible about a few thoughts I have about my KTM 1090 Adventure R. I've owned this for I don't know, maybe 10 months now. It's a fucking awesome bike, you know. There's plenty of videos online to confirm that. But it has some pros and cons, of course, like any other brand of motorcycle. And I want to talk about one specific. I found myself off from work today, and it was a beautiful day. And I thought I might go do some, not off-roading, but do some gravel riding. But spring is on approach here in the middle of Sweden still, and all the dirt roads are really slippery and soft, so I turned around and just went to a secluded location like this. It's a sort of a resting place for retired people, but it's nice. It's like close to the river, and I'm alone, so here I am. This bike is like I said, an awesome vehicle. I've owned a couple of inline fours, Suzuki Bandit 1200, Honda Blackbird, a couple of supermotos, a couple of motocrosses, and a V-Strom that I let my girlfriend take over just recently when I bought this. Because I was originally going to get a Honda Africa Twin, the CRF 1000, the new model, because I always wanted one since I was a kid. And now when he got out with this new updated model, I was going to get it. I was really focused on getting one, but I stumbled upon this while searching for a Honda. So the seller asked me if I wanted to take it for a spin, and yeah, sure, why not? And like the minute I got on the road with this thing, I decided there and then this is the bike for me. It is all that I want and more. Unfortunately, I only owned it for about 3 or 4 weeks before I flipped it on the freeway. Not on the freeway, but on the tarmac outside my work. It was super hot that week, and the road was bleeding tar. So I found myself hospitalized for 3 days, and the bike went to a dealership close by for 3 months. During the pandemic, I guess it's hard to get spare parts and stuff like that across the border from Austria. Any road. It's not a cheap bike. It's not super expensive either. I paid about 110,000 Swedish kronor for it, which equivals about $8,000 maybe, US dollars. But it's worth it. I mean, it's so much fun. It's so high tech, and I love it. It's a bike. It's sort of a needs child, red-headed stepchild, if you will, because I found that it takes some getting used to, and I have to grow with it, and we have to grow together. Yeah, it's not just a get up and go bike for me. I guess if you are experienced in off-road or dirt bike riding previously, I guess you can get on it and do whatever you like with it. I don't go on the back wheel through the marshes and stuff like that. I just enjoy cruising and the occasional single trail, and mostly gravel road is where I'm most comfortable, to be honest. And it has all that gizmos set up right now. Actually, I have it on sport mode. I've turned the ABS off in the back, and the traction control is on, because when I had my accident, it was turned off because the week before I installed the off-road dongle, because I don't need anti-crash finesses on my bike. I've never had them before, so why should I have it now? But for some reason, I've thought that KTM might have put those things on there for a reason, because this is a beast, as they call it down under. It has about 125 horsepower if you unleash all of them through the driving programs, and it weighs in over about 200 kilos without gas, I think. So it is a bike to respect, in my opinion, as long as you have a lot of fun too. But I'm confident that this bike and me are gonna grow together and have a lot of fun the next couple of years, because I'm planning on having it for a while. The thing I want to talk about is, because I'm not going to talk about the mods and all the setups and gizmos and bells and whistles, because there's plenty of videos out online there for you. What I want to talk about is a thing that concerns me a bit, is the airbox on these things. Apparently they have a bit of a failure even since they came out, about 2012, 13, something like that, when the 1150, yeah, I think that was, yeah. And all of the range through the 1190, 1290, and this 1090 now. Apparently the airbox is fine during the first couple of 100 miles, but because the engine lays off a fair amount of heat, it eventually warps, which makes it it doesn't seal properly, which makes gravel and small particles to get inside directly to the throttle bodies, which in some cases have resulted in failure, like total failure of the heads and valves and whatnot, and of course cylinder scoring and stuff like that. I'm not going to drive this thing in like those kind of harsh environments, and I often ride alone, so I'm not going to have like a buddy in front of me kicking up gravel into my intakes. However, since it is a quite expensive bike, I'm a bit concerned about this, because the more you read on the forums and YouTube and stuff like that, they all say that you should get either a Rottweiler kit or some sort of other modification to your airbox system. I've made like a coal canister delete on this thing, and but I left the hoses. So I'm planning on doing one of those SAS delete removal things, where you take off the whole system. Apparently it weighs in about 2.5 pounds. I already got a new muffler from Wings, which saved me about 5 kilos right there. I'm not going to put on the upper crash bars, just because if I find myself flipping this over and over again, then maybe I should get another bike, or like take a driving course, I don't know. So I'm not going to add weight, I'm going to remove weight from it. That's the plan. I like light things, you know. But back to this box then. If it's true, if like half of it is true, that what's online, I haven't talked to anybody about this yet, but maybe you can comment or let me know what you think, or if you have own experience on this matter. This Rottweiler kit with there's like 3 different stages. One of them is like fairly simple with just the big pod thing, and you also can get additional things like this SAS delete with all the dongles and plugs and stuff like that. I found that it's fairly expensive. It's I think it's about $500 or $600 US to order from the States, for example, and I'm not sure how to get it from Europe, but it seems expensive. It seems pricey. It might be like worth the price, but hey, it's a lot of money. So I thought to myself, there must be an alternative to this. And sure enough, I read about a company called PowerCellsPerformance.com, which has 2 billets. You use the original like airbox, and then you put 2 aluminum billet stacks with 2 pot filters on top, and you can also get the dongles and the delete for the SAS system too, for about half the price from the US. So, for my peace of mind, I'd like to do some sort of alternation to improve the cleaning of my intake air. Yeah, that's like next on the list. Because I see guys, I mean, they put all sorts of stuff there. There's like foam pieces in the intake, and I mean, you can build a completely different bike just from bolt-on parts for this your vehicle, which seems a bit strange to me, because if you buy a car or a bike, you should have like a decent setup from the get-go, right? This had a couple of things that I would have put on there eventually, like the bash plate from KTM. I got like a little side stand extender there, the racks for the cases, and some handguards. And those are all KTM power parts. I'm guessing that's just the way they make money, like extra money, except for selling these things. But like I said, it's a super duper bike. Super duper, yeah. It's a great bike, and I'm super pleased with it so far. I just put on a, I think it's a Metzler Karoo 3 front tire on there, and I have the same in the back. I got a Michelin Aniki Wild back tire to put on when this runs out. Looking forward to that. I put some risers on there because I'm pretty tall. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know this bike better, and maybe improve my driving skills a bit going off-road, you know? So that's that. My thoughts about the cleaning system and why they haven't really improved on it during these past almost 10 years now. Because if it is as big of a problem as they say, KTM should really respond to it and immediately like take action and do something about it. But as far as I know, they haven't. Very well. Thoughts from me this wonderful April day. Hope you all have a good time, and you are in good health, and talk to you later.